What if the hero's journey was actually the villain's origin story? What if the thing the universe needs to happen is the exact thing our hero refuses to let happen? That's the gut punch at the center of Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse, a film that didn't just raise the bar for animation, it rewrote the rules of what a superhero sequel could even be. It's bigger, stranger, more emotional, and more visually radical than almost anything to come out of a mainstream franchise in the last decade. Today, we're breaking it all down: the story, the multiverse mechanics, the hidden meaning behind that jaw-dropping cliffhanger, and why this film left millions of people stunned into silence in theaters. Let's swing in. A few years after the events of the first film, Miles Morales is juggling two identities: the ordinary pressures of being a teenager in Brooklyn and the secret, exhausting double life of being his universe's one and only Spider-Man. He's lonely, in a way only he understands. His parents don't know his secret. His friends from the first movie, the other Spider-People, are scattered across the multiverse, living their own lives. Miles is holding everything together alone, and it's starting to wear on him. Meanwhile, across the multiverse, Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman from her own reality is dealing with her own painful isolation. Her father, a police captain, now knows her secret identity, and the fallout has left their relationship fractured. When Gwen is given the chance to join an elite, multiversal team of Spider-People, she takes it desperate for connection, purpose, and people who finally understand what her life actually is. That team is led by Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, a hardened, authoritative leader running a massive interdimensional task force from a headquarters that exists outside space and time itself. Miguel and his team have discovered that every Spider-Man story follows certain fixed, unchangeable events moments the universe requires to happen in order to hold each reality together. Painful moments. Tragic moments. The kind of loss that, disturbingly, seems to be what makes someone Spider-Man in the first place. These aren't just personal tragedies. They're structural, load-bearing. Break one, and you don't just change a life, you risk collapsing an entire universe. Which means interfering with fate, even to save someone you love, could be an act of catastrophic destruction on a multiversal scale. This idea sets up the entire emotional core of the film, because Miles, being Miles, has never been good at accepting fate the way he's told to. When Miles reconnects with Gwen and discovers the existence of this multiversal spider society, he's thrilled finally, a community of people like him. But that excitement quickly turns to horror when he learns the truth about how the society operates and what it means for people close to him. Miles is forced to confront a devastating possibility. Someone he loves may be destined for a loss that mirrors the tragedy that shaped his own origin story, and the Spider Society's rigid philosophy says that loss must be allowed to happen, no matter the emotional cost, because it's supposedly necessary for the multiverse to remain stable. Miles refuses to accept that. He believes fate isn't fixed. He believes people, even Spider-People, deserve the chance to fight for something different. That single choice puts him on a direct collision course with Miguel and the entire Spider Society, transforming Miles from a member of the team into a fugitive being hunted across infinite realities. While Miles is grappling with fate and free will, a seemingly minor threat from the first film, a scientist-turned-glitchy, portal-hopping villain known as the Spot, is quietly becoming something far more dangerous. What starts as a joke of a villain evolves into one of the film's most unsettling ideas. The Spot isn't just gaining power, he's growing an obsession with Miles specifically, viewing himself as the story's true main character, a villain shaped, ironically, by the multiverse's own instability. His arc mirrors the film's larger themes: identity, destiny, and what happens when the rules of a story start to break down. By the time his full power is revealed, the Spot has become a cosmic-level threat, one capable of tearing through the fabric of the multiverse itself. The film builds to a breathless, dimension-hopping chase, as Miles, now hunted by nearly every spider person in existence, fights not just to survive, but to protect the people he loves from a fate he refuses to accept as necessary. And then, the film does something almost no blockbuster sequel dares to do. It doesn't resolve. Miles finds himself flung into a reality that looks like his own, but isn't. a version of his world where the details are subtly, chillingly wrong. And in the film's final, stunning twist, we learn the reason why, setting up a betrayal, a mystery, and a cliffhanger that recontextualizes everything we thought we understood about Miles's place in the multiverse. It's a bold, unapologetic to be continued, the first true two-part structure in a mainstream animated franchise, ending not on a victory, but on a gut-wrenching moment of uncertainty. Underneath the multiversal spectacle, Across the Spider-Verse is really a story about growing up and refusing to be told who you're supposed to become. Miles's entire arc is a rejection of predestination, a refusal to let anyone, even the universe itself, define his story for him. And visually, the film matches that theme beat for beat, each universe rendered in a wildly different art style, blending traditional animation, watercolor, glitch art, and sketchwork into something that doesn't just look different from anything before it. It feels like watching animation evolve in real time. So, did that ending leave you speechless? Are you Team Miles or Team Miguel on the fixed fate debate? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next time, we're diving into another film that dared to break its own genre's rules. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.